Welcome to Graduate School, Researching and Selecting Schools. Here we will cover strategies for finding graduate and professional school programs within your field of study and discuss variables to consider when comparing programs and determining where you plan to apply. Once you have chosen the type of degree you hope to pursue, you can start researching schools that offer the academic curriculum and experience you desire. Since you will filter programs through your own selection criteria, it is helpful to have a general sense of what you are looking for before you start your research. So what factors should you consider? The answer varies for every person based on your individual interests, experiences, qualifications, and background, but we will go over a few ideas here. Logistical considerations may include, but are not limited to, geographic location, research facilities, tuition and fees, cost of living, the time to complete the program, and whether it is offered in person or online. In considering location, for example, you may weigh how that relates to networking opportunities and industry connections for eventual employment, and perhaps also the physical distance from your family or other support network. Other factors may include, but again are not limited to, program specialization or focus, reputation of the institution or program, faculty research interests and how they match yours, career outcomes of graduates, student life, campus diversity and/or climate, and support from the university. You will also want to pay attention to the competitiveness of the application process for each school. This can include GPA, standardized test scores, acceptance rates, prerequisite coursework requirements, number of years of research or work experience, and more. Consider creating a spreadsheet or another means of saving the information and notes you collect about individual schools. This can help you compare programs and determine which ones are a good fit based on your interests, needs, and qualifications. How many schools should one apply to? There is no magic number, and again, it depends on your situation. Start by casting a wide net for your research and then narrow that list down based on your own selection criteria. Do be mindful of putting all of your eggs in one basket by applying to just one school unless it makes sense for you. Generally speaking, most people apply to 3 to 8 graduate programs. However, the number for some professions can be much higher. The average number of medical school applications, for example, is 16. As you may have done with your undergraduate school search, if possible, try to balance the competitiveness of the programs to which you are applying. Include some reach or dream schools, as well as schools to which your qualifications and metrics, such as GPA and test scores, are a good match. There are several different ways to gather information about programs of interest, and some may be more beneficial to you than others. A simple internet search, for example, can yield plenty of results, but it can be overwhelming and disorganized unless you include some specific keywords in your search query, such as state or location. Professional associations or accrediting bodies can be a great way to search for programs and schools. Often, schools in a particular field will band together to create one common database. Some examples include the Association of Professional Schools of International Affairs, the Medical School Admission Requirements, the Law School Admission Council, the Association for Counselor Education and Supervision, and many more examples. These professional associations can also be a great resource for discovering more information about career paths and options within the field, licensing and credentialing requirements, networking opportunities, current policies or issues, and more. Graduate school search engines do exist. Some examples include petersons.com and gradschools.com. Do keep in mind that with some of these websites, you may see a lot of advertisements. Graduate schools can pay these databases to be listed as a sponsored program, so there is some inherent bias in the initial results you see. Make sure to dig deeper. Some people like to refer to lists of top-ranked schools, such as the ones published annually by U.S. News & World Report. These can be helpful. Just remember that these schools tend to have very competitive admission processes, and you should also ensure that they actually fit your interests and other factors. Mentors and industry connections can be helpful sources of information as well. Find out who within your network has attended graduate school in your field of interest, and see if they're willing to answer questions about their experience. Especially for PhD and other research-based programs, research interests matter. Are you drawn toward publications from a specific scholar and/or a particular institution? If so, that may be a school you want to look into. Last but certainly not least, there are also opportunities to interact with the schools directly. This can include organized events such as open houses, info sessions, and/or graduate school fairs. It also includes individual meetings with admission representatives, faculty, and current students. If you have questions about a particular school or program, don't be afraid to call or email the graduate admissions office. In this presentation, we have covered some factors to consider when applying to graduate or professional school, as well as some tips for how to research programs of interest. Remember to keep your information organized and make decisions that are best for your situation. For more information or one-on-one assistance with graduate or professional school applications, please reach out. Visit our website, contact us via email or phone, schedule an appointment on Zags Ignite, or stop by and see us on campus. We are located on the main floor of the Crosby Center at Career and Professional Development.